rights and justice for all. Rise and never fall. Tell them, say, boom. What they gonna do when enough of them not true? Say what they gonna do, them get slew, yeah. Who do you think you are? We're living in a small world. As wicked as you think you are, we're living in a small world. As bad as you think you are, we're living in a small world. As tough as you think you are, we're living in the one your name. Alright, that day will come when I stand and see all those wicked men in the fire getting burned. That day will come when they will try to escape and there will be nowhere to run. That day will come when I shall see they handing over bombs and bayonets and bullets and guns. That day will come when Emperor Selassie shall rise the wall of the ghettos, youth them from out of Islam, yeah. And the day I would love to see their face for all those evil they do to the human race and try to take things out of place, run away to space, shoot them in the air. After one judgment you are gonna get the taste when them find out that them can't escape. Sadness they send on the people them trace. Smile on my face. That day will come when I stand and see all those wicked men in the fire getting burned. That day will come when they will try to escape and there will be nowhere to run. That day will come when I shall see they handing over bombs and bayonets and bullets and guns. That day will come when Emperor Selassie shall rise the one of the ghettos, do them out of the slum. Boom! Who do you think you are? We're living in a small world. As wicked as you think you are, we're living in a small world. As slick as you think you are, we're living in a small world. As tough as you think you are, we're living in the one and near now. Tell them, escape today, you can't escape tomorrow. Make sure you pay back anytime you borrow. Make sure you don't left no life in a sorrow. Make sure you're not lean down straight like arrow. Make sure your brains not push out in a barrow. Make sure you make them walk out and borrow. Yeah, make sure your meditation and narrow. Judgment, everyone tell them something the world I want. That day will come when I stand and see all those wicked men in the fire getting burned. That day will come when they will try to escape and there will be nowhere to run. That day will come when I shall see they handing over bombs and bayonets and bullets and guns. That day will come when Emperor Selassie shall rise up on the wings of the heavens and of the sun. Oh, yes, I will remain the same. Hailing Rastafari name and watch them going up in flames. For all the innocent going down the drain, you have to pay for these shackles and chains, and pay for this washing of the brain, and pay for these guns and cocaine, the sick and the lame. Alright, that day will come when I shall stand and see all those wicked men in the fire getting burned. That day will come when they will try to escape and there will be nowhere to.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Renison Jeffrey, and this is the Workers' Rights Platform. We are broadcasting live on this medium here tonight. Now, it have been a while we haven't been broadcasting. I applaud the many of you who would have reached out to us, and trying to find out what would have been taking place. But yet still here, we was behind the scene, gathering and investigating information. Now tonight is a prelude of what is to come. We're not too sure what will be the rollout coming in the future hence. But tonight here, we are going to go into some discussions that many of you, sometimes when certain things happen, we must ask a question. And the first question we must ask is what, where, when, and how. Now, many of you would have heard the story that would have taken place on November the 6th, 2024, where some police officers, according to eyewitness accounts, there were only 3 officers there. According to eyewitnesses' accounts in the area. Today we would have spoken to somebody within the area, neighbor, that would have seen the full scene concerning the police killings, the shooting that would have taken place in Gonzalo on the 6th, in where a young man and a police officer would have lost their life. Now to you, the members of the public. Many of you within this area, within the Point Fortin area, know for sure that these 2 men, one would have been charged for the killing and the next one would have died right there. And many of you would have known for a fact that these 2 men are not criminal. These 2 men have been working hard, coming straight up from the bottom of the barrel. Everybody know Johanza from the area. Everybody whispering something fishy within the atmosphere. And to you, the members of the public, or you know, and many of you choose not to say anything about it. And we have to ask ourselves the question, why is there no information that is coming within the public domain? Now, the person that we are talking about here today, I ain't going to go into much details until we could bring the full gamut or get the nod to bring the full gamut of information. Now, this was the young man that was killed, and many of you within the area, Point Fortin and environs, would have known that this person is not no killer. This person here is not no drugs man. This is a person in the community in which everybody know. Everybody know. Not a criminal record on this gentleman, and look at it. Now this here is his brother. No criminal record. None whatsoever. These people and them would have climbed the pole from the bottom of the barrel. Let me load down this thing here a little bit. These people would have climbed the pole from the bottom of the barrel, hustling day and night to make ends meet. And would have reached a point that, they're not totally financially free, but they would have raised themselves out of the gutter by sheer sweat and street sense. And in one day, they would have lost it all. By what? Some police officers that would have gone on a scene. And we watching throughout this whole melee, we know. We would have heard and have this report, and all we just waited on is the nod to make these things public. So at this point in time, we are calling on the relevant authority for you, or you know what take place that day. Or you know what take place that day. And we are saying to you, or you do the correct thing. Tell the public how this police officer was killed. Underneath what type of means. Tell the public. Now the gentleman is was charged, and many of the people from in the area, and we would have heard plenty of them just shook in the talk. They didn't want to go into it. Again, you see no MP, no councillor, nobody speak out, everybody just frightened concerning the whole melee that would have taken place in the Gonzal area. And to you, the members of the public, we would like to apologize as to why we wasn't on. We were experiencing some technical difficulties throughout the whole session of last week, but the rollout, we haven't ratified the days yet when we go continue this rollout as to the time span. So, just to whet your appetite concerning what is to come to you, the people at Trinidad and Tobago, is that this is one of the biggest story to come. There are things that do not meet the eyes that you need to pay attention to concerning the story we would have just mentioned here. And just to name a few, let me go into some of the details that is not adding up. No bail for the man charged, and let me pop the man face. No bail for the man charged in this matter. Mwanza Joseph have been remanded into custody after appearing in a court charged with the murder of the police constable Krishna Banaha. Joseph, 35 years, appeared before the master. A master of the court. He lives in South Rose Street, Gonzal. Joseph was arrested hours after the 25-year-old Banaha was shot and killed on November 6. And as I say to you, the members of the public, there are many things in this story that meet the eye with this gentleman. This gentleman was never in no crime. So too was his brother. He was never in no crime. This man was never a man that was engaging in crime. These men and them used to hustle for what they have. These men were no killers, as was said within the report, but we have eyewitnesses accounts. Again, we are going to make this story public as soon as we get the nod from certain individuals. Let's move on. Let me move on. So bear in mind, this is a difficult journey in which we are about to enter in. So give us a listening ear in going forward.
We keep each other's secret. It's only when you break rank, you go there and expose us, and for that, we're going to kill you politically. It's the core of the Cosa Nostra. As long as we stay together, we will survive together. And we agree not to breach the code of secrecy. It's the core of the Cosa Nostra. It's the core of the Cosa Nostra. We're going to kill you politically. We're going to kill you politically.
As this government continues to champion crime and criminality in this country. As this government continues to champion crime and criminality in this country.
Right, citizens of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. Now, we would have been observing, we would have observed a live stream from Victor Roberts. And when we would have put 2 and 2 together concerning this fact, a live stream from a gentleman that we find something was wrong somewhere. And before we start to add context to what we would observe coming from the mouth of Victor Roberts, let us play that clip. Something is wrong being here. Director, like something wrong somewhere. Right, let me see if we get our clip back.
Blessed morning all. You know, for the past week, I hear some men attacking Anita Haynes. Men who are all kind of allegation. Men who are allegation with conspiracy to kill woman. Men who have allegation with $3 million in a bank, who is the mother only child. Men who have allegation from the savannah to the goalpost. Men who have allegation for big rigging. Men who have allegation for all kind of things. Feel they could go on social media and attack a young, vibrant, educated, ladylike individual, Anita Haynes. A lady who could sit in any part of the parliament, whether it's the upper house or the lower house. A lady with so much talent that them boy and them can't even suit this individual, because she don't have time to waste her time. She don't have time to fight up with people who in the public domain as corrupted thieves in the political arena. They call them all kind of dissident and this that and this the other. But they look from where I sit, they are not dissident, you know. They are straight. They're straight, no allegation, none of them. Rambali, Rushton, Rodney Charles, Rai, Anita, straight like a pin. They ain't bending no how. They ain't bending forward. They ain't bending backward. Like some of them politicians that are talking about. But to the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, to the end of the day, these old crooks that trying to be relevant in this day and age, that they don't understand that Anita Haynes always sober, you know. You ever see Anita Haynes drunk anyway? You ever see this young lady drunk anyway? This lady conduct herself as a professional, unlike those who feel they could condemn her. So to the end of the day, all the girls themselves a break and come out of the public domain now. Or they will lick the labas for a position. Yes. Or they will lick the labas for a seat to fight. You understand? All they don't care what all they have to do to get a seat. So all they will do all the bidding. All the bidding all they will do for others who afraid to talk. But let me tell you this. Anita don't really need nobody to defend her, you know. But I want to let you know that I am going to be the guardian angel for every dissident. That all they call dissident, I am going to be the guardian angel. Because I call them this is straight. They're straight like a pin. So this is just a preamble. I ain't really ready to deal with all yet, because I'm going to call out all one by one and deal with all as time gets closer. So until such time, enjoy all your watery mouth. Right? Or let diarrhea mouth, or let enjoy that for the time being. I will deal with all you when the time is right. I out.
Now, that was Victor Roberts. That was right. That was Victor Roberts there. That was speaking on behalf of Anita Haynes. And, you know, with all due respect, Victor Roberts, I mean, many a times that we personally would have had conversation talking about some of the things that taken place within the inner parts of the parties and them, in which two of us would have been laboring in the vineyard. You would have been longer than me. You would have been talking things that, you know, I find that it was worthy of listening to. And now it reached a point that something not adding up. And I am here to question your ambition as to where this thing is concerned. Because at the end of the day, I would have heard Anita Haynes say some things within the parliament that the people is questioning. The people are saying that something wrong somewhere. Where are your allegiance? Jumping party or not? You understand what I'm saying? You jump a party, nobody has no problem with that. When you are aligning yourself with a party that is destroying Trinidad and Tobago, carrying it down a precipice, we are here on this side of the fence trying to understand or to put two and two together as to try to see where the mind of Anita Haynes is going. From the mouth of Anita Haynes, I am seeing something and hearing something totally different. And without further ado to you, the members of the public, with being free and fair to you, the members of the public of Trinidad and Tobago, listen to this. I know game here, you know, when you come to represent people,
I take my job of representation very, very seriously. I absolutely mean it, because when you talk about basics, these things are required. And so I was very happy, very grateful to be able to go to the community of Curacao with the Minister of Public Utilities to deliver on a basic need. So I will, and I raised then with the Minister of Public Utilities as he traversed through the Grand Couva area and into the Curacao area very quickly, that we ought to have invited the Minister of Works and Transport one time, because he really needed to see. Because, you know, the member for Port of Spain, North St. Anne's West usually typically makes a joke during the Standing Finance Committee about the roadworks and the landslip program. And when the Minister of Public Utilities will always say, yes, we're getting that done in Tabaquit, and we're getting that done in Tabaquit. No, but the problem is, he says that we're getting it done in Tabaquit, and then we don't get it done in Tabaquit, but not like the Minister of Public Utilities, because he said we were getting it done in Tabaquit, and we did. And
so you the people at Trinidad and Tobago, just now, let me get this thing off here. You the members at Trinidad and Tobago, what you hear from that statement? As we traverse, we ought to invite members. So you within the UNC party, I'm not saying be friendly, no. I'm not saying don't be friendly, I'm Atafa. But what going on here is their arrangement between some of the members that would have gone in a particular direction? Is there an arrangement with the PNM? Now, you know what's funny about this? Is that we are going to answer this question to you from a member from the PNM. And before we go into that, you see, I want to play the correct tape. And I know no director this evening here with me. I want to play the correct tape. Let me hear it. Yes, that's the correct tape. So, to add insult to injury, listen to this here from Lisa Morris Julian and tell me, is there an arrangement with certain members in the UNC that the PNM is making accommodations for them? Answer that. This is a big question tonight. Is there an arrangement with some of the members who would have gone within a particular direction to join the PNM party? Question to you, the public.
And if the tobacco was bad in 2015, Madam Speaker, and it was worse in 2020, Madam Speaker, you ain't seen nothing yet. Because they will get more of it in 2025 when we retrieve Maruga Tableland, pick up Shogunas East, as well as get some new members. No, get some new members. Get some new members. Get some new members.
My God. At the end of the day, when you are defending people, at the end of the day, when you put your heart on the line for certain members, can you really put your head on a block for them? Let me be real. Because at the end of the day, we are here, the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, is fighting a war against the government. And when you are here to represent the people of Trinidad and Tobago and you're aligning yourself with their oppressors, what that make you? I'm not saying all of them bad enough, but I am disappointed in what I am hearing from people in the UNC at this point in time who saying that they are UNC to the core. And at the end of the day, you are aligning yourself with the very thing that is oppressing a whole nation. And we are seeing many of them still within the PNM party that are total cowards. Big cowards. We're watching the leader mashing up our country, destroying it, and at the end of the day, nobody had nothing to say. People protesting, people saying that there is pilot with a dry plane, and your brothers and them protesting for money, and you have nothing to say. You're flying plane, you're bossing, watch the cockpit. Fail us here in Trinidad, and you're defending a disgrace set of people, and we here are wondering, who do we have to fight for us? Who do we have? Are we supposed to sit down here and take jamming?
And if the tobacco was bad in 2015, Madam Speaker, and it was worse in 2020, Madam Speaker, you ain't seen nothing yet. Because they will get more of it in 2025 when we retrieve Moruga Tableland, pick up Shogunas East, as well as get some new members. No, get some new members. Get some new members. Get some new members.
When I say I take my job of representation very, very seriously, I absolutely mean it, because when you talk about basics, these things are required. And so I was very happy, very grateful to be able to go to the community of Curacao with the Minister of Public Utilities to deliver on a basic need. So I will, and I raised then with the Minister of Public Utilities as he traversed through the Grand Couva area and into the Curacao area very quickly, that we ought to have invited the Minister of Works and Transport one time, because he really needed to see, because the member for Port of Spain, North St. Anne's West usually typically makes a joke during the Standing Finance Committee about the road works and the landslip program. And when the Minister of Public Utilities will always say, yes, we're getting that done in Tabakit and we're getting that done in Tabakit. No, but the problem is, he says that we're getting it done in Tabakit, and then we don't get it done in Tabakit, but not like the Minister of Public Utilities, because he said we were getting it done in Tabakit, and we did. And so
now, that is the Anita Haynes that Victor Roberts, a brother, a man that I would have seen that would have stand up for his community regardless to what. That is the Anita Haynes that Victor Roberts is defending. And to say in the least, as a young man in politics, as a young person, that I know every corner yet concerning politics, but I have a clear perspective from growing up in something that I am accustomed to. I am disappointed in the politics that I am seeing here that is taking place within my country. When one particular side not giving you what you want, you jump in and you're selling out to the next side. That is the politics that we have here in Trinidad. Are we proud of what we are seeing and experiencing here? What really are we defending? Are we defending people? Or personality, a matter of fact? When you could say at the end of the day, you defending this woman. This woman want, you hear what is she objective? I ain't saying don't be friendly. This type of friendship that we are seeing here is more closer than our friendship. This looking like somebody want to walk. Facts. Let me be real. Many of us outside here do not have the testicular fortitude to stand on our own in times of crisis. Sometimes you need to stand on your own. Sometimes when there are nothing else. We here on this platform stand on our own. There was many ministers that we would have reached out to. The whole team of people reach out to bring a certain type of understanding from a neutral grounds. But many of them would have refused because they do not want information reaching to a certain set of people. They want the majority of the public to remain ignorant in what they are thinking or what they perceive politics to be. That is not a, that is facts. And when the system collapses around us, they could tell us or define to us what causing it. Sometimes it has no cause of one particular individual in it. Sometimes it's not the government in it. Sometimes it's the people that controlling these heads, these people. I feel Rowley, somebody in controlling Rowley. Think again. Think again. We have a serious problem in Trinidad and Tobago that the politicians here, the politicians and certain political entities are trying to keep the people in political ignorance. These things are fact. They have it in the both parties. We know that for a fact. But at the end of the day, no minister ain't gonna come out and tell you that because they will not be favored for a job. What you feel? What you feel? You feel like you want to work? Yes, I want to work. But if I have to bend over backwards and compromise my values and the morals that was instilled in me, inside of me by my parents, then to hell with the work. And we must stand for something here in Trinidad. Many of them just tell me why we toil here tirelessly on a daily basis for ungrateful people. People who they see it today, they're lying with you, they're telling you ISU, you talk about it, and they're not even saying thanks. That is what has gone when you're on platforms like these. Don't get tired of it. Many of the things that going on here come out of we pocket. And many of the issues that you're seeing here is not our own. But there are people out there that their mission is to keep you in political ignorance. Facts. 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 And there are many of them outside here that are traitors to the cause. But election is coming. Election is on the horizon. And there are certain things that we will reveal going forward concerning elections in Trinidad and Tobago. And the type of nasty, stinking games that is being played on you here in this country. Now, take a look at this with your members of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. Pilot protesting for wage settlement. And many of you outside, they feel that the PNM good. Or you feel that the squeaky clean. And do you know that there are members in Parliament that is pilots flying plane? All through the Caribbean, taking photo ops in the cockpit. The fellow brethren outside there on a plane, they are protesting and you ain't nothing. When we say the MP for Point Fortin is a political coward, that none of the people within his constituency don't want him, we would have been faced with defamation. In which at the end of the day, it really don't matter, because the truth must come out some way along the line. The MP for Point Fortin, pilot, seeing the veterans and them protesting.
Good morning. Today being Friday the 20th of September, I'm just here to send a brief message. For all those who know, today we have the Youth Career Fair in Point Fortin. Unfortunately, I can't be there to work commitments. But everything is set for you. While I get ready to take off, we'll show you guys the equipment there. So while I get ready to take off, you also have the opportunity to take off with your career or with your trading possibilities. The future is yours. You just have to prepare for it. So today we have many opportunities for young people, and even those who are not so young. There's training opportunities for the Ministry of Youth Development and National Service. The entire caravan is going to be there. So
that is the MP for Point Fortin. His fellow brethren in the trade, his fellow co-pilots in the trade, protesting, and he have nothing to say. Such is the behavior of people within the PNM party. That is doing and is behaving just as his leader, Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley, that do not care about the members, that don't care about people in Trinidad and Tobago. This man is behaving just like his leader. You are seeing people within your profession protesting for a wage increase, and you are none to say. People, when a matter of fact, when we talk and we say that this man is a total failure, makes no sense. The people in the Point Fortin area, and you vex, come with your evidence and show us differently. Come with the evidence that you have and show us differently. You seen a man, fellow pilots and them.
good morning. Today being Friday the 20th of September, I'm just here to send a brief message. For all those who know, today we have the Youth Career Fair in Point Fortin. Unfortunately, I can't be there.
How it is you could trust the PNM party to lead Trinidad and Tobago any way forward in this country. Look at man, Kennedy Richards. Boy. Waste of time here with all, yes? Waste of time. And there are many things that we could bring up concerning that. As we look for the tape, last time we see Kennedy.
Last time we see Kennedy when Bennett was stand for election. That was the last time we see that man. He didn't pass in here, go too far. And he has done nothing for you. Nothing he does do. And when since he's small, well, we go to the back, we go to school in the morning. But he's not doing nothing. He's going by his food and nights. He's been not fixing.
So if you had to summon up everything about Kennedy at this point in time, where you gonna say about it? He's good, he's real good, he treat the people real nice.
Like shit. Just like shit.
Right. So, as I said, this year is just the warm-up. We have a lot of things to go into in the programs that we have to roll out next week. Now, just to say all who on the live, everybody that joined us on the live today, good afternoon to you. Now is exactly 7 8:58 p.m. And the many of you, Riaz, Candace Edwards, hey, Candace, you're on the live. Daru, you understand, Riaz, Rajab. I know the pronunciation, Rajab. Good afternoon to you all. And thanks for tuning in underneath such short notice. What we would have did this live here to highlight is there is a conspiracy that is taking place within the Point Fortin area concerning a police killing, and there are questions that needs to be answered. There are questions that need to be answered. And the authorities in the matter, ask yourself, what is going on with these men here? These men are not criminal. Everybody know the storyline with Johanza from Gonzal. Everybody know the story. And it's not one of a criminal background. It's somebody that would have rise from adversity and is a model to many, who are inspiration to many of the people within the community, that they could come from nothing to something. These are gentlemen that come from the iron hustle. Used to come around when men used to buy no iron, and they come in and they would have made themselves into something. The father, matter of fact, and they would have partake within the trade. When everybody's sending their children to school to learn petroleum engineering, plant operation, boat engineering, and these big courses, these men would have made a living from on the ground. These men, their name and their legacy needs not to end in the dirt. And just by mirroring what a young lady would have said to me today I was in the Point Fortin court almost whole day. And when I would have leave, I would have had a conversation with a young lady. And she would have said she didn't eat for 3 days, witnessing what would have happened on November the 6th. See, she would have said that she would have heard the last words that would have came out of the mouth of the gentleman. This one here. That was the last words. And all the chain and the thing you see they have around the neck is for my iron people. Going wrong, buying battery, iron, and selling. And to label these gentlemen amongst criminals within the area Gonzal, it ain't right. Again, when we get the nod from the person in charge of whole the last say concerning what is taking place here, when we get that nod, we will unleash the information within the public domain without fear of favor and without fear of contradiction. I ain't gonna call the MP name, you know. I would have sent a man to a particular MP because, as you see, they don't want to see we. They don't care about it. Let me not go into all of that. And he say he have a family. So there are certain things that he is not going to say. What is taking place within his area.
Real corruption in Point Fortin. I need to know the extent of it. Well, you know, I thought a SAP alone has cheated contract. It was brought to my knowledge that the whole PNM executive, which is located here in the market, have cheated contract. It was only brought to my attention that the current mayor, Mr. James, is the chairman on the executive committee.
Oh my God!
It was also brought to me he have a secret contract also, plus other things. So why all these
Oh my God!
iniquities happening under our MP Richard Watch? It is also alleged and brought to my attention that the contractor that is building the Fanny, that completed the Fanny Village Primary School and building the fire station from Vancouver side, brought a Prada for our MP, Mr. Richard, and it is hiding at the moment by some fat man. If this is true, these people not fit the whole office.
Kennedy Richards, Member of Parliament for Point Fortin.
These people not fit the whole office. These people not fit the whole office.
Kennedy Richards, Member of Parliament for Point Fortin. That we're going to have the swearing of four aldermen, as well as our mayor and deputy mayor.
That the whole PNM executive have cheated contract. These people not fit the whole office. These people not fit the whole office. These people not fit the whole office. People not fit the whole office. The current mayor, Mr. James, is the chairman on the executive committee. It was also brought to me he have a secret contract also, plus other things. People not fit the whole office. People not fit the whole office.
Office of the Member of Parliament, Point Fortin, how may I help you?
Good morning. Can I speak to
Good afternoon.
Can I speak to Secretary Richards, please? Idas! Okay, Idas! 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 Yeah, you come here, call me an ass, right? Okay. Yep. But you cut down the sun, you cut it down and you come in. Yes, 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 yes.
Office of the Member of Parliament, Point Fortin, how may I help you?
Good morning. Can I speak to
Good afternoon.
Can I speak to Mr. Kennedy Richards, please?
Speak to who?
Kennedy Richards.
Mr. Richards, he's not in office at the moment.
Could you
Can I take a message?
Yeah, could you contact him and tell him his mother-in-law is on the land where I live in here and cussing me and getting on here and saying that Kennedy father, mother, son-in-law, he can't do that. She not living here. I build a place here and she getting on here with me on the land here. She come throwing thing on the land. If I catch she throwing thing on the land.
Okay, ma'am, what is your name and number?
293 181 Kennedy. I Kennedy
293
1821.
1821.
I Kennedy mother. I Edith and Delfish White man. I Kennedy mother-in-law sister.
What's your name, sorry?
Edith and Delfish Wise man.
Edith. Okay, alright.
Can I speak to my area?
No, I just came in the office. Today's the military parade. I now walked into
Because
the
what she did, she cut down the fence and all. She cut down the fence and come in here.
Okay, alright. So as soon as the manager come, I will let her know, okay?
Okay.
Alright? Okay, thank you.
People not fit the whole office. People not fit the whole office.
Kennedy Richards, Member of Parliament for Point Fortin.
Now, as we come back here this afternoon again, it's a damn shame that in our area, when the people is rejecting MPs and representatives, that parties would have forced upon people. It's a damn shame that they still end up there representing them. Now, at the end of the day, we would have watched that they're trying to make this into a personal battle between us and the said gentleman. When I say us, the workers' rights, between us and the gentleman, they're trying to make it into a personal matter. And it's not personal. The people in Payede, because they like you. The people put you there because they are looking for representation. We in this area here, we want out. There are many people willing to speak out, willing to say something that when they decide to do something, the very few that would have done it already, they ostracize them and they had them in a particular, they shelve them, they victimize them, they pressure them, and they get them out of the system. Some of them, there are people watching them if they only pour that extra part in the house. They saying you have money, and if you're on welfare, they take you off. This is the type of victimization that the people get within these areas. Many of the women and them would have lost their dignities. Many of them. And at the end of the day, I can't tell we hush we mouth, you know, we have a thirst. I have a thirst to free the rest of my brothers and sisters out of this. And as I said, the legacy of the gentleman need not go down in vain. It shouldn't be. That shouldn't be the case. The people want out of what is taking place within this area. And we want proper representation. I know this live is unscripted. It is not something that many of you is expecting today on a Friday. Today is a day we're going on. Many of us going by the bar and drink. I myself, I might take a little shot today. I might. So everybody outside there, good night. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being a part of this program here this evening. And as we get the nod from the family member in the Gonzal area, we will release the information in which we have and the many eyewitness accounts that would have taken place there. As we get the nod, a matter of fact, we would have taken the time to mask some of the voices that would have been speaking out concerning what would have taken place in Gonzal. Very shocking. Glock 19 pistol. Oh, you go ahead. Try to clean up the scene. So without further ado, thanks for listening and tuning in. Join us before next week. We go put out the rollout, so you gonna know what times we will be on. If it's Same Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Or probably one day until we start up in full next week. Not next week, next year. We go put the roll out for you. Good night, Candice. You know, just missing action. I didn't know what's going on with you. Sheldon Khan, big supporter of the program here, and although he said be on, but so be it. All our we have our part to play. And to the many of you outside there who does support the program, thanks. Thanks to many of you. People who does make large contributions, thanks to you, a matter of fact. And with that, we are out for the night. But we are still here. Remember that we are still here. So,
but this is the kind of message that sets the captive free. And when you're really concerned with freeing the mind of a person that's been under arrest, it's like surgery. The one thing you don't want to do in a surgical situation or surgical operation is rush. Many of our brothers and sisters are still under arrest. So please bear with me as I share information with you that will help equip you to better set your brothers and sisters who are still in bondage free. You have family members, you have friends, you have loved ones who are still bound in that where you were. Don't you care about freeing them? You have a responsibility, man. It's not just enough for you to be free. Because if you only experience freedom without the desire, the longing to go back and set others free, then I wonder about the validity of your freedom. Yes. Are you really that selfish? That it's like, I got mine. They better get theirs the best way they can. That is not the heart and mind of a true African. Okay, it was Sister Mother Harriet Tubman who became free, but she didn't rest there. She said, I got to go back and get other enslaved Africans and help set them free. And she had a shotgun too. Oh yeah, man. And the shotgun wasn't for the oppressor. The shotgun was for Africans who decided they want to go back after being freed. She put that gun up and she said, no, baby, I can't let you do that now. Because if you go back, then you're going to tell them where we are. And we can't let that happen. You see what I'm saying? And she also said, I would have set more free if they had only known they were slaves. Isn't that deep, man? When you have people among you who don't even realize that they are enslaved, wow.